If you struggle to get a great night's sleep, one of the biggest culprit is having tight hips. So this routine does wonders for loosening up your hips and helping you sleep so much better at night. Let's get started. So let's start with your feet in kind of this wide stance position because we're gonna really get into those hips, but we gotta warm them up first. And that's gonna help us be able to release that tension and really feel so good by the time you wind down for bed. So feet are planted pretty wide and parallel. Your toes are gonna wanna point outward, but let's see if we can get your heels directly behind your toes, maybe even a touch wider. Go ahead and reach your arms really high up to the sky, almost like a full body yawn. And then we're gonna fold, hinging at the waist, sending your hips out behind you. Fold all the way down to the floor. You can kind of wiggle yourself into position. We're not gonna rush this. We're gonna really let those feelings marinate in your hips. Go ahead and rise back up. We're gonna go again, reaching really high overhead, pressing your hip bones forward, and then fold forward again. Big exhale here when you're on the bottom. Let's go ahead and rise back up. One more just like that, pressing your hip bones forward. You can even think about sending your tailbone down when you're here at the top, and then we're gonna fold all the way forward again. Big exhale here on the bottom. Bringing the top of your head all the way to the floor. You should feel that really good release up the backside of your hips. Those hamstrings. Let's go ahead and plant your right hand directly below your head. Keeping your legs nice and straight, we're gonna reach the left hand up to the ceiling, really trying to open your chest. So even though this is a rotational stretch for your upper body, we are getting into those hips still. So let's bring that top hand down, place it on the floor, and we're gonna rotate the other way. Really thinking about opening that chest up. Oftentimes, a lot of the tension that we carry in our hips is from our upper half. So making sure that we're addressing this torso tightness is gonna really help you too. Let's go one more per side, reaching really high. Bring that hand down, reach the other way. Bring that hand down. So now I want you to kind of walk your feet just a slightly further apart. And we're gonna start to sink into one hip and then the other hip, kind of these side split squats. So we're squatting into one hip and then the other, just kind of working your way down. And it's okay if your heel lifts a little bit. I'm okay with that. As you get more flexible, you should be able to keep your heel down. But we're just gonna stay in motion, and as we go, you should be feeling that release through your inner side, that inner thigh. Let's go one more each way. And then now we're gonna pivot around so that we frame this left foot. So now we're facing the other direction. You can go ahead and have your hands on the inside of that left foot, keeping your knee pointing straight forward. Let's sink your hips low to the floor. And then let's extend that front leg as much as you're able to get that hamstring stretch. You can kind of shift your hips back and forth. And then do that again. Sink your hips low to the floor. Shift your hips back. One more time. Sink your hips low to the floor. Shift your hips back. We're actually gonna set this back knee down on the floor. So now we're kneeling. We're gonna come all the way back so you're actually sitting on top of that heel. Okay, so you're kind of snuggled up. That foot is underneath your body, and we're gonna fold over this left leg as a good deep hamstring stretch here. In this position, we've got 4 deep breaths. I'm okay if your body is rounded over here. If you'd like to sit more upright, that's fine too. But every time you exhale, it should feel like you're able to sink into that stretch just a little deeper. Inhale and then exhale the air out. Sink in a little bit more. You're feeling that stretch up the back side of your thigh. A lot of that discomfort you feel when you're trying to sleep at night is because those hips are so tight, and all of these stretches are going to really release that tension and help you climb into bed feeling so much better. Let's go one more deep breath and exhale. Okay, we're gonna rise up, bending that front knee, and we're gonna have to spin all the way around to the other side. So we're gonna do those moving stretches on this right side to start with. You can have your hands on the inside of that right foot, sinking your hips down and forward, and then rocking back for a deep stretch through your hamstring. Do that again. Sink your hips forward, making sure that that knee is not flopping open. Rock it back. Sink your hips forward really deep. This time look up. Chest is open. Big posture here. And then rock it back. You can even come up onto your heel. We're going to go one more, really digging into your hip flexors. And rock it back. This time we're going to bend that back knee, untuck your toe, and sit all the way down onto your heel. You can start up straight. This foot is going to be flexed, and we're just, with every exhale, we're going to fold over that right leg. Sinking a little bit deeper. Big breath in and out. We're really winding down now. As you get closer and closer to bed, you want to have your body to start to kind of cycle down, in your nervous system to power down. You don't want to do anything really energizing right before bed. You want to do this calm, really slow moving things. This is going to help your body kind of be, your nervous system be really ready for bed too. Go ahead and rise up. We're going to sit on your hips now with your feet open, kind of like an open book. This is like a butterfly position here. Okay, so feet, your soles of your feet are together. You can grab your ankles. And I always like to, in this position, kind of move my hips out behind me so I'm almost on the front of my sit bones here. So grabbing your ankles, pull your chest up and through, and try to let those knees go heavy here. You're going to get a little bit of a stretch through your inner thigh. And then we can grab around your feet and use your feet as leverage to pull your chest towards your feet. Keeping that deep breath. Let's do 2 more deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. 1 more inhale and exhale. We're going to rise up. I've got 1 more amazing stretch for you, laying on your back. And we're going to plant those feet, same position. They look like the shape of a diamond here. So now gravity is really pulling your hips open. This is a very gentle stretch through your hip flexors too. Even though we're not doing a traditional hip flexor stretch, just the weight of your legs being open can really release that tension through your hip flexors from all the sitting and bent position. And then we're going to add on by laying your arms open beside your head like the shape of a cactus. Big deep breaths here. Really bring your awareness to everything through your hips, any spot that's carrying tension. Notice your glutes. Are they flexing? Try to let them release. Notice your side glutes. Are they flexing too much? Let them release. Are they holding your legs up? Try to allow gravity to just melt your muscles open. We'll do 2 more deep breaths. One more, just like that. In and exhale. Go ahead and pull your knees back together very gently. Sometimes when you're in a deep stretch, those muscles need to be treated very gently. And then you can roll onto your side and make your way up to a seated position. So hopefully now your body is really wound down and in a much calmer state, but really, most importantly, your hips should feel so much better so that they're not a problem for you when you sleep tonight. Hey, I would love to hear from you too. Let me know how this felt for you in the comments below, especially if it helps you sleep better tonight. And listen, I have another video that maybe tomorrow night you give that one a try, okay? That way you have a little bit of variety. I am going to link it for you right here. Go check that out. I'll see you next time.